Prior to the final decision of the House of Representatives asking the executive to suspend the removal of fuel subsidy, a robust debate held sway on the floor of the House. First to have their say were lawmakers opposed to the subsidy removal, and then those in support of the removal.
The House resolved to 1. Urge the executive arm of government to suspend its decision on the removal of fuel subsidy in appreciation of the mood of the nation and allow more room for consultation.
It started on a calm enough note. Honorable Yusuf Tajuddin, who sponsored the motion, asked for the subsidy removal to be suspended to allow more room for consultation. He also wants Labour to be open to dialogue and asks for restraint from those opposed to the policy. He also wants an ad hoc committee to be constituted to take a closer look at this contentious issue.
Democratically elected government cannot and must not, under any guise, abandon dialogue. Amazed by the various revelations of the administration of fuel subsidy funds by overshooting expenditure in obvious violation of the Appropriation Act.
And the debate began. First, those opposed to fuel subsidy removal were given audience.
Fuel subsidy cannot and must not be removed at this point in time. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it is a fact by admission that there exists a 1% cabal, and it is upon this plank and this premise that the executive seeks to remove subsidy.
Let them go and sit on a round table with all the security agents and think about rescuing this country from all the things that are happening. Since independence, there has never been insecurity like this in this country. That should be their preoccupation and not fuel for subsidy. So,
I am aware, Mr. Speaker, that this House, before we went on recess, extended the life of the 2011 budget to 31st day of March 2012. And I'm aware, Mr. Speaker, that the budget of 2011, which is Appropriation Act, provided for subsidy. And by extension, therefore, it could amount to a truncation of that act if at this point in time we remove subsidy.
I'm not happy with prayer number 1 of this motion, which is asking the federal government...
Honorable Emmanuel, are you speaking for or against?
Mr. Speaker, I am speaking against.
Then take your seat, please.
Mr. Speaker,
This lawmaker apparently jumped the gun. It was not time for those in support of subsidy removal to take the floor. But when they eventually did, the Speaker had a tough time restraining those on the other side of the divide.
I know that people are going through pains. The executive arm is also aware of that. But it has become necessary to introduce this policy to safeguard and prevent a calamity.
What we are doing here is to postpone the evil day. We only postpone it. Everybody here agrees that subsidy is unsustainable. Some people claim to be importing fuel, but they do not import fuel. And when some people also carry ordinary paper and go to PPR and claim that they have imported and they are not paying subsidy. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, what I'm saying, but it's either we do it now. I understand Nigerians are suffering based on this, but it is better that we suffer now and ensure that we have enough money to create infrastructure for our people. Today, we do not have electricity. Our hospitals are not equipped. Our schools are not equipped. We do not have roads, and we need money to do these things. Yes to subsidy removal and yes to infrastructure creation.
Eloquent as the arguments of those in support of subsidy removal were, it was not enough to sway the majority, who opted to ask the executive to suspend the decision.
I believe what we have done as a House of Representatives of the Republic of Nigeria is in the best interests of this country. I believe that all of us are leaders, and it is our responsibility, collective responsibility, to ensure that our government and indeed our country is governed through due process, respect for the rule of law, and doing those things that will promote and sustain fundamentally harmonious corporate existence of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
It is one thing to ask for suspension of subsidy removal. It's yet another to dissuade Labour from going on strike. For the time being, the strike action, according to Labour, remains on course.
Rest in perfect peace.